My name is Peter Gianulis. I'm the CEO of A2 Gold. The great thing about A2 Gold is now, for the first time, we're properly financed and have significant capital to conduct and have started the largest drill program in our history, and we're ready to make it really count. I'd like to go into some details that, with the 5 things that I think that make A2 Gold special and really different. One is we're developing a large and growing gold and silver deposit at Eastside, our main flagship project, with significant expansion potential. 2, we operate in what we believe to be the single best jurisdiction in the world with outstanding infrastructure, people, and service providers. 3, we have an experienced and motivated management and technical team led by some of the most successful explorers in the history of Nevada. 4, we're backed by serious corporate sponsors and institutional investors, including Kinross Gold, Eric Sprott, Ingalls & Snyder, and a very large family office who wants to remain confidential, based in New York. And for the first time in our history, number 5, we're truly well-financed with over $12 million in the bank, $10 million in in-the-money warrants, deep in the money warrants, and that will allow us to properly drill out Eastside and prove up a significantly larger resource than we have today, which is approximately 1.5 million ounces of gold, 9 million ounces of silver, putting us as one of the largest exploration development companies in Nevada owned by a junior. Now, these are the foundations to our story. I'll get started with some more details. Disclaimer, always a quick reminder that today's presentation includes forward-looking statements. Exploration carries significant risks, and results may differ. You can tell I worked on Wall Street for many years because these disclaimers are something I know very well. So Nevada's mining renaissance, I think it's important because there's a few other mining companies and exploration companies operating in Nevada here, but we operate in the best jurisdiction in the world. It's the 5th largest gold producing region globally, and home to majors like Newmont Mining, Barrick, Kinross, Agnico Eagle, and AngloGold, to say a few. Centerra also is there. What people don't realize is that Nevada is entering a new mining renaissance. Just a few years ago, Kinross, our major partner, was talking about shutting down their Round Mountain and their Bald Mountain operations, 2 of their largest producing mines in the world. Because of new theories and discoveries, a few that we developed actually for them, they now are ramping up production at both mines. A2 Gold sits right at the heart of it with 2 of our projects within a short distance around Mountain, and 1 project, Goldfield West, surrounded by Kinross's Montezuma project, a project they staked based on a discovery we made at Eastside a few years ago. Our strategic partnership with Kinross, it's one of the strongest validations of our project and our company, is the work we've been doing with Kinross Gold, which owns about 9.9% of our company. Kinross is not only an investor, they sit on our technical committee, sharing personnel and expertise. Round Mountain, the world's largest open pit gold mine, sits right across the valley from Eastside and shares very similar geology. That relationship gives us an enormous advantage. Our shareholder base is something we're very proud of. 65% is retail and institutional, including Ingalls & Snyder and Eric Sprott. 10% is Kinross Gold. 21% is management and insiders. There has been no other group that has purchased more stock in the open market than myself, our CFO, and one of our directors. Actually, 90% of the stock I own, I've purchased in the open market. I file. It's very easy to validate that. Our most recent financing was just completed a few weeks ago at $10.5 million, where it added to an additional $3.5 million that we had. But I think the most important aspect of this financing was something that most companies wish to do but never achieve. We have a 12-month hold on all of this paper, and the reason we did it is that 90% of our investors are U.S. investors. And given the structure of, and primarily it's the SEC, but given the structure of how financings get done, there has always been a disadvantage for American investors participating in private placements. While Canadians will have a 4-month hold, Americans still have a long holder period because of the restrictions on the SEC. So a lot of our investors requested for us to put a longer hold period, and which we did. So a lot of most of our most recent financings are done with a 1-year hold period. Our management and technical team, which are on the following slide, our team combines deep finance and technical experience. I bring over two decades, close to 3 decades of managing a junior mining fund with 6 successful exits. Norm Pitcher, our chairman, former CEO of Eldorado Gold, brings significant world-class operational experience. I saw Luca Mining up there in a few slides ago, and so Javier Reyes just joined us. Javier is a very, very close friend of mine for the past 22 years. We have been partners throughout that period of time, and he has, in reality, has had enormous recent success across several mining ventures, most notably the turnaround at Luca Mining, which has become one of the really true standout stories in the mining space. And then our technical team, led by Andy Wallace, who's been with the company forever, an individual who has, with Pete Chapman, have discovered and put into production more than 8 mines in Nevada. And it's just not an experienced group, it's a proven team that knows how to finance, discover, develop, and build value for shareholders. Now on to Eastside, because I don't know if that time is right, but if it is, I have to move quicker. Our flagship Eastside project is a very large project for Nevada standards. It's almost a district-side project, 90 square kilometers. We've only tested about 18% of the targets. Our last resource update came in 2021 when gold was at 1,700. So there's a significant potential for resource expansion, not only because of gold prices, but because we've drilled over 20,000 meters since then, and we are currently drilling an additional 20,000 meters. I won't spend a lot of time on Nevada, but it does warrant mentioning that where we're based, we have roads, we have highways, we have power, water, and labor. Our project is an oxide open pit heap leach project. And in Nevada, open pit heap leach rules the day. It rules the day. It is the most efficient and cost-effective way of producing gold. This is shaping up, Eastside is shaping up to be a significant open pit, but we also are looking at expanding upon an underground discovery we made a few years ago, which is a significant potential underground high-grade deposit. And it's one of the reasons Kinross has invested in us on a few rounds. We have currently, of the large property, we currently have 2 main zones that we've been working on. The McIntosh and the Castle zone both have significant resource potential and expansion. And we've just started a drill program to expand the resource, both at McIntosh and then later on by Castle. Now, I'd also mention that the silver component of our Eastside project is understated. The previous management who had made the discovery initially a few years ago didn't assay or test significantly for silver, and silver is understated. I think we'll resolve that in our upcoming resource estimate. So what are we planning to do over the next 12 to 18 months now that we're fully financed? The first is a large-scale 20,000 meter combined diamond core and RC program to test the expansion and also some exploration potential in the project, given that only 18% of the project has ever been tested. We just finished a property-wide, first time ever, a property-wide geophysics program where we shot air mag as well as gravity throughout the property. We expect that the targets will be selected over the next 2 to 4 weeks, and then we'll bring in an RC rig to commence the 18,000 meter program. That will culminate in a updated 43-101 resource estimate that we plan to publish probably in the next 6 to 8 months. There's more to our portfolio quickly. When I took over, we had 13 projects. One of my jobs was to focus our company into our main flagship project, which is Eastside. We sold 7 or 8 of our projects. It's one of the reasons why we never raised capital for almost 4 years, is because we financed our company by selling our non-core projects. We still have 2 world-class projects, in my opinion, Bolo and Goldfield West, which are not our focus. We're focused primarily on Eastside, but ultimately, those projects would either be developed by ourselves or sold. just final key takeaways with respect to us. I think we're in the best jurisdiction in the world. We're advancing a large and growing gold and silver deposit. We have strong corporate partners, including Kinross, one of the most experienced Nevada teams, technical teams, and we're well financed for the first time in our history. So thank you very much for your interest, and I'm available for any questions if you have. Thank you.